So I hope you guys are ready, because we're in for a long run here. This is probably the most well-known of all Christian's comics, the Sonichu special, CWC Love Quest Saga. We open up to Christian being bruised and crying, walking towards some black square while people are mocking him, and even a girl in the top left corner is crying. Is it wrong of me to think? So we move to Christian talking about how his love quest has been going on for a year and 7 months, and that he hates men for taking all the pretty girls. Yeah, pretty women are indeed a dying breed. Oh wait, no they're not! So a guy, apparently a jerk-up, comes up and says to Christian what I'm pretty sure is on everyone's mind. I'm so sick of your complaints and tears, on and on about how lonely you are and how you need a girlfriend. You're nothing but a lonely liar, you solicitor. Thank you. Oh God, thank you for saying that. Of course Christian flips his shit and they start fighting, and so he transforms into his Sonichu form, and again for some fucked up reason he starts to sing. This time the Everybody Dance Now song. The jerk-up also transforms, or rather he puts on his metal armor. They fight, and of course Christian doesn't even come close to getting hit, because that's drama in Christian world. So the jerk-up doesn't accept his defeat and brings out his gun to shoot Christian, which he of course blocks with a barrier. You gave me a slug, so you get my secret ultimate attack. So the gun was the horrible thing, but the missile fired at point blank range was okay. So Christian shoots his Kamehameha at the jerk-up, which curses the jerk-up with a horrible misfortune for the rest of his life. So instead of just killing him, he finds it better to curse him for the rest of his days, making his life a living hell. Yeah. This would not have happened if you had not challenged and threatened me, as well as not leaving me alone with my ever so frustrating love quest, calling me a lying solicitor, picked on my methods of attracting a boyfriend-free 18, my current age, year old girl, whom I can love and trust, and most importantly, handcuffing me on the 9/11/2004 for no good reason. I hope that you have learned to never mess with a truly frustrated virgin. So after that, we are on to another sub-episode with Christian sitting doing nothing when suddenly a girl comes up and says, I heard you were looking for a girl, right? So no warning lights are going off here. What? You need a sign saying girl means trouble stuck on her fucking forehead? So the girl Hannah invites Christian for coffee at the local Starbucks, and Christian is ecstatic as he exclaims, yes, my love quest is finally over. Dude, she invited you for coffee. I wonder how he'd react if she complimented his shoes. I just had sex, and it felt so good, I wanna let me put my penis inside her. I just had sex. So Christian goes to the Starbucks where he meets Sonichu, telling her to spread the word through CWC. Sure, no pressure. After that, Hannah and Christian talk. Please tell me about your necklace. Yes, my medallion. This is the face of my electric hedgehog Pokemon Sonichu. Huh, you don't say. Oh, look at the time, I gotta go. Hi! We then clip to Sonichu, who, wouldn't you know it, is still on the phone. She overhears Hannah saying that she did it all to yank Christian's chain. Sonichu then tells Christian, who first seems shocked, then angry. Sonichu, please watch my things and keep my spot warm. How exactly is she supposed to do that? Sit on his spot and fart a lot? Christian of course confronts Hannah, who fesses up, and even though she said before it was her boss who told her to do the prank, she now says it was her friends and that they thought it would be funny, to which Christian replies. We thus proceeds to another sub-episode. On this one, Christian starts out saying how Mary Lee Walsh has been the most devastating blow to his love quest.
On the next page, Marilee Walsh is cooking, enjoying a quiet evening on her own when suddenly Christian breaks through her window and threatens Marilee Walsh. Wait, who was the bad one again? And of course they fight in the usual, impossible to understand way that Christian likes to draw. However, Marilee Walsh manages to hit Christian in the medallion, so he turns back. So, Christian, you're also Christian Chandler? Fuck! Wow, you don't say. The Christian doesn't sound like Christian at all. Ugh. So Sonichu comes and saves Christian, and they both say how they only got one shot for this. Why? Sonichu disarmed Marilee Walsh, and you are two against her. Just ground and pound her ass. But no, nothing of that, and instead they Kamehameha and thunderbolt her ass and high five. Need I remind you that Christian and Sonichu both just came out of no provocation at all and just came in and fucking blew Marilee Walsh up. Ah, heroes, ladies and gentlemen! Next up is another fucking subcomic. Christian is being moody and is being told by these two that in medieval it's illegal to have a mate, and Christian of course flips his shit and starts fighting them. Now where have we heard this before? Okay, first of all, how do these people manage to keep tracking down Christian? Second of all, are we seriously going to open up to every fucking sub-episode now with Christian being a Simple Plan song away from being emo? Thirdly, how can there keep being people in this village if it's illegal to mate? Next, why can't Christian just accept this and fuck back to Kivigville where it's apparently okay? And lastly, is he honestly going to fight with these stupid ass wings on his head? So they're about to fight when out of nowhere a purple hedgehog comes out and attacks the two mecha jerk-ups. And this is where I, as a respectful reviewer, have to sit back and say, bullshit! I call bullshit! In the episode just before this one, we were told that when Sonic and Pikachu collided, a rainbow was shot out behind of them, and 5 Sonichus were created. So, Sonichu was the original, Blatchy was a clone, so this guy can fuck right off because his presence defies the entire story up till this point. Leave it to Christian to fuck up his own story like this. So, Christian transformed into his Sonichu form, and the wings on his head turns out to become real as well. Let's just ignore that flying like this would break Christian's neck. They fight, and so Christian rips off Monty Python's Black Knight scene. Fuck you. 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 All of this happens while Christian is fighting up in the air with the yellow guy with the jetpack. And after he wins, the Knight Sonichu leaves, leaving Christian to lecture the two morons. Please! Please come back and finish us off! Please! Now, as for you two mana-jerks, the pain that you are both feeling now should be punishment enough for going against me in my quest for a boyfriend-free girl to love and trust. I do not care about your rules, either of you, or any male other than my father and myself. But let me make it perfectly clear that in my quest, it is very hard for me to find a girl due to the infinitely high boyfriend factor. And I do not want to risk getting a punch in the face from a jerk. Also, since the ladies are unable to notice my person because they mostly have shopping on their minds. Roll the clip.
And I understand the ladies. I understand the women.
Indeed, Christian gets women. Women, of course, solely exist to get our guys' rocks off, to talk a lot in the phone, to shop, and make shit out of fucking seashells. So, Christian also fights a guy in a big robo suit, but is quickly fighting a losing battle. That's when the bubble-headed Riiser pops forth to tell Christian that what he needs is a woman's touch. For the mental image. Even in death, this guy only goes off thinking to get laid with girls. No, it turns out that the bubble-headed Riiser wants Christian to use his heart torch, but Christian doesn't want at first seeing it's made out of pixel blocks. So, again, by the power of poor writing, Christian is suddenly able to use the electric hedgehog attack that makes him grow. But when the fuck was this established? When was any of this established? When did we hear that the green Sonichu could do that? When did we hear Christian could do that? Anyway, he gets loose and summons his favorite fictional sister. So Christian and his sister transforms and... Yes? Yeah, I'll let them know. Yeah. Have a pleasant evening, sir. Yeah, that was Sailor Moon. They want their fucking costume back. So of course Christian and his sister wins, and Christian's sister gives the jerk up a lecture followed by them kicking the head all the way to Mary Lee Walsh's house. We then move on to another Look, are there any real episode in this piece of crap? No? Fuck it. The next sub-episode is an episode where Christian is examining and presenting what a jerk-up really is. It's pretty much just one big insult to how ugly and stupid jerk-ups are. We then go on to an episode where Christian is at the mall again having a fight with a jerk-up. Out of nowhere his sister comes out. What do you think, bro? Am I a fashion du jour or what? Fashion detour is more like it. So Christian uses his psychic powers from the psychic Sonichu, and let's let Christian explain what's happening. Now, with my psychic powers I was ready. First, I took control of their weapons, opened a dimensional hole, and levitated the weapons into the hole. Once I was sure all of their weapons had entered, I slammed the hole shut. Those less than 2-bit jerk-ups were still drooling over my sister, not realizing the sitch. If you could do all that, what the fuck was the point with all the drama up to this point? Christian then turns the leader into a ball and throws him towards the minions, making a strike. And so that episode ends with a final speech from Christian. The next Why is it a sub-episode? Why is it a sub-episode? Why not just make it a normal episode if there's going to be so many of them? So Christian is being attacked by jerk-ups and Mary Lee Walsh. But with the help of his friends, Christian escapes. Months later, Mary Lee Walsh sends out the stick.
Some say that he thought Star Wars was a documentary. And that he recently pulled out of I'm a Celebrity because he's frightened of trees. And Australia. And Q Stark. And Ant. And Beck. All we know is he's called the Steak.
Anyway, for once Christian isn't sitting being moody, but he is still attacked. And so he summons the power of the devil and uses the whirlwind attack on them. 2 hours later he's giving fellatio to an exhaust pipe. You know, I'd be more surprised if it had not been Christian. And it's time for you audience to now pick what you think happens. A. Christian and Jerkoff settles their differences over a hot cup of coffee. B. Christian does as he's told and leaves peacefully. Or C. They fight. If you said anything but C, you need to go and shoot yourself in the face. After having fought for a page, the assassin brings forth a super robot and captures Christian. They then proceed to kick his ass and are about to abduct him in a jet. Just toss him in the back. What back? A plane like that doesn't have a back! And they are not talking about the co-pilot seat because he goes on to tell the jerk chief that he's riding with him. Anyway, they fly off with Christian and are about to boil him alive. Who can blame them after Christian been bullying Mary Lee Walsh all this time? That dick. Of course, Crystal, Christian's sister, saves him and transfers her powers to Christian, and together they kick Mary Lee Walsh's ass. But what about the assassin? Where did he go? Fuck it. Crystal and Christian blow the entire building up and leave, and that's the end of this volume. Oh god, that was bad. In fact, I think it was so bad I'm going to need a break. The next episode I'm gonna give you guys a good comic, just to break the flow of things. Otherwise I'll probably end up knowing on my own foot. So, I'll see you guys at the next Webcomic Relief. Take care.
It seemed forever stopped today. All the lonely hearts in London caught a plane and flew away. And all the best women are married, all the handsome men are gay. You feel deprived. Yeah, are you questioning your size? Is there a tumor?
So I hope you guys are in for the long run, because this is probably the most well-known of all Christian's comics. The Sonichu special, Kevik's Love Quest Saga.